How motherfucking lame, Not even the smelly nerd wants me. Smelly nerd? What's she talking about? I took a shower 3 days ago. Is she talking about me? Man, I'm over it. I'm washed up. I think I'm past my prime. You look for a man in this school and all you get are a bunch of baby back bitches. I need a real man that's just gonna hold me down. Where if I ask him to cash at me $1,500 to get my nails done, then that'll just happen within a heartbeat. Is that too much for women to ask? I mean, I bring so much. Find shit! Find shit! Hold on! I'm not a smelly ass nigga. Huh? I said I'm not a smelly ass nigga. I see the body odor permeating off of your body. Like, how many times are you gonna keep saying that? Well, I mean, from what I read up, I heard that mates and lovers sometimes like when their partner has somewhat of a loud body odor because it gives them a more primal reaction internally. Man, I think you got the wrong idea completely. Do you really think I would get with someone who smells like wet spaghetti? All I'm saying is here's the stats. Your favorite world leaders, most historical figures, people are only really taking showers like 2 to 3 times a week if we're being honest. At least the most successful people in life. You gotta relax, you're getting way too excited right now. I think you're crop dust in this place. I'm just letting my presence be known. Look what we got here. UAP, Understanding Aroma Psychology. Hey, you're starting to piss me off, dumpster doofus. Again, look. It is proven by the US military that showering 7 days a week, as well as keeping yourself quote unquote fresh all the time, is actually doing more harm than good for the world. Next slide. Due to us smelling so good, we're now even attracting aliens to this planet, but that's why no one in the past was seeing aliens as frequently as we are now, because niggas just used to smell bad. And let me not even say bad, let me just say like themselves. Tell me I'm wrong. I wouldn't even say just wrong. I would say bordering psychotic. Yeah, fine shit. Wait, I was just joking. I'm still learning this comedy thing. That was a joke. I really only smell because I've been working out all day. But back to the alien topic though, that's a real deal thing. Hey yo, can you shut the fuck up? I just got my heart broken and I don't want any of this. I just got dumped and you're somehow making this interaction worse than that by sitting here smelling like garbage and calling me ugly. This is the shit, like, this is not only why you get no hoes, but why you have no friends, and how the only alien in this school is you. You're the odd one out. Like, bro, we are not friends and you're sitting here talking like you know me and shit. I'm not being friends with no one who wears stank ass drawers. I can smell those shits from back here on the staircase. Damn. The you get no hoes again. This is like the 7th girl that said that to me face to face. That's crazy as hell. I mean, shoot or shoot, I guess. I guess shoot or shoot. I'm bound to make one of them, right? I'm sorry, that was way too much on my part. Here, I would recommend some deodorant or some Polo Blue at least, but I'll believe you that you've been working out all day and stuff. It happens. Some years I did have gym class in the morning, so I understand that. Girl, next thing I'm trying to work out is you stop playing with me. But no, so Dandadan, it's a very interesting show for me because I was introduced to it maybe I think 2 or 3 years ago, before it was even announced for an anime. And I think when the manga was first getting a little bit of traction, I never read it, but I was given a brief rundown on what it was. And just from word of mouth, to me, it sounded like it was like an anime version of Rick and Morty, but with a different type of main character dynamic. But no, so obviously for this video, there will be spoilers for Dandadan season 1. And yeah, and right off the bat, this show was making noise the first week it was out, just off of straight controversy, honestly, due to a certain scene that I think is at the end of the first episode or the beginning of the second. But we meet our 2 main characters, Momo and Okarun. And the first thing I want to say, I just feel like the dynamic between the both of them, it was just a different sort of relationship compared to, I guess, the shows that I watch. I just think kind of a breath of fresh air and almost a little relatable too. But he doesn't believe in ghosts, she doesn't believe in aliens, and the premise of that first episode was them basically just trying to prove each other wrong, with Momo going to an abandoned hospital and Okarun going to this abandoned tunnel. What the fuck is a UFO hotspot about this place? I feel like I'm about to be possessed, not abducted, Dee. I mean, where the fuck did you send me? What's your plan? Girl, don't call me Dee. I thought we were past the little dumpster doofus shit. Unless Dee stands for dash and dude or something. Just more importantly though, why'd you send me to what looks like an aspiring adult film star's back door? Why on earth would I want to go into this thing? I guess I gotta do what I gotta do though. And I'll prove it to you that there are no such thing as ghosts. Wait, your ass is scared, isn't you? I can hear you huffing and puffing in the mic. Just take a breather. Yeah, no, and after that, they start flirting on the phone a little bit. She's giving her little backstory and they're warming up to each other. When Okarun runs into Turbo Granny, who's sitting here like a lot lizard, talking about how she'll let him gobble up her 36 double G's if she could gobble his Oscar Mayer. And he takes off, understandably so, at no allow speed, because with where he's at in life, I don't think he could handle that cougar action yet. No, that's bad, I'm sorry. We see the atmosphere go red and Turbo Granny charging up, and she gets to him in about 4.2 seconds. And if she was moving that quick, I wouldn't even want to be in the same continent as a prime Turbo Granny. She'd go on a better Olympic run than Usain Bolt. And as he's getting violated, we see the Ed, Edd and Eddy of Predators pull up on Momo. And this is where that controversy starts stirring up. But before I get to that, I will say the first 12 minutes of this episode, just with the colors and the lighting, angles, and just the subtle little things, even with Okarum running away, and you see Turbo Granny in the background with her yellow ambiance before the whole tunnel turns red. Like, every scene seemed to be crafted with the same amount of care as the next. And visually, I'm gonna say it right now, even though I'm just starting this video, like, this was probably the most visually pleasing anime of the year. And with this scene, what Pet and Petty were doing, it's like, I understand why the general population was upset, and I didn't think it was the most enjoyable watch either. So I could definitely understand being upset at this. I feel like people were making like a super big deal about it. I'm not saying it's okay, but I understand why certain authors and stuff decide to go certain directions for the point of storytelling. Now with Dandadan, obviously it's just the dude was just picking words out of a hat and then drawing them down and then seeing what came out of it, which I'm pretty sure my friend said that's basically what the fuck happened. Like, his editor was like, just make something and put it out, and this is what he ended up coming out with. So I was like, I couldn't tell you why both the aliens and the ghost, and maybe it'll be explained later why they're obsessed with weenies and bananas. But all I was trying to say is I understand why people were upset about this scene, but thankfully before these heathens were able to do what they were setting out to do, her man was calling.
Huh? Pause on that, y'all. A phone call at this time? Hey, someone back there Shazam their zombies. I like this one.
But no, so just seeing his face turn red with the phone and Turbo Okarun just coming out of it somehow, and his body contorting all over the place, and these aliens ripping off their skin, and we see their real form, which are looking like some extinct creatures you'd learn about on National Geographic. And this whole scene was just sick. That's really all I can say about it, because it's just like the contrast between the blue and the red. It was just done so well. I think that's probably, aside from the animation quality, like probably the best thing in this show is just the use of very nice colors, like nice saturated vibrant colors, and it keeps the experience exciting the whole time.
We have never encountered someone so aggressive on this planet, and our relationship with humans is pretty amiable. So with that being said, give us your bananas, ripe or unripe, we don't care.
I would have given it to you, me, because I've been wanting to see aliens for the longest time. I didn't have any friends, so I thought at least if an alien came down, they would be my friend. I wouldn't care what the fuck you did with my banana, bruh. Bop it, twist it, pull it, I don't give a fuck. I just wanted friends, and I've been calling y'all down since the first fucking grade. No response. Y'all are worse than when I'm messaging girls on Instagram. At least they give me something. They'll block me, so at least so I'll know that they acknowledge my shit at least. None of y'all ever acknowledged my existence, but you know who did though? She actually stood up for me and acknowledged me as a person, and y'all didn't. So don't you dare lay your nasty, grummy extraterrestrial figures on her. Get him, Okadon! Show him how large that banana is! Oh, fuck. Miss Ayase, this is looking bleak. I don't think I can do it. Boy, you gave up in about 2 seconds. Do you not want this sugar? Like, I just don't. And after that, we see her awaken her psychic powers. And again, this animation was just fucking beautiful, man. Just like the sparkles and her breaking like the structure of reality, and the glass cracks everywhere, and her hitting that Muay Thai high kick again, calling back to the beginning of the episode, but her actually landing it effectively this time. And the technique is there. Look, peep the bottom foot. And you won't have to take my advice, but I'm just letting you know, if you want to take niggas down, listen to me. I went head to head with John Jones at one point. I'm not even going to explain the circumstances, but peep how the foot is rotated here and it has that torque. Well, I can see with this technique, she takes classes. But let me get back to the topic at hand. That's all my fault. And there was just so much happening at once. I couldn't even keep up, because we see that their UFO is a fake moon, and then Turbo Granny starts tweaking out, trying to possess the dude. But lo and behold, she's able to stabilize him with her psychic powers, and that's like the whole dilemma for like, I think it was like 3 or 4 episodes. Okay, you got me. I believe in aliens. I was kidnapped and almost violated, so I think you win here. No, I think that was a tie game. I believe in ghosts too. I am possessed at the moment, so I mean, I think I call that a draw. So what should we do now? We could cuddle. I'm just kidding, unless, thank goodness today's April 1st, or else I would have fallen for that. And I don't even know what to do about this curse. I thought this shit was just in the movies and the TV shows. Like, I'm dead ass on some Sasuke shit right now. What am I even supposed to do? I mean, I'd assume you'd have to just box with that glizzy goblin granny. Sort that out with her. Maybe you could talk it out. I don't know. Hey, Miss Ayase, I appreciate it. Just take my clothes. I mean, it's the least I could do, I feel like. And you just head back to your house. I can't get you involved any more than you are right now. Please let me be. I'll figure it out. What? Man, put your clothes on. Let's go. I'm coming with you, all right? Stop being dumb here. We got into this together, so we'll get out of it together. Simple. My fault, Shawty. I know. This is so out of character for me. I am the king of awkward fellows, after all. That's just what I do. But Miss Ayase, real deal, put some clothes on, because I can't formulate my thoughts when you're sitting here like this. I'm all discombobulated. Got me itching like I'm off the perks right now. Wait a second. Why's my heart racing? I mean, that's just a coincidence. He just said I'm the king of awkward fellows. He didn't say I'm the king. He just happened to recite some of my goat's lines. Hey, by the way, what's your name? We never properly introduced ourselves to each other. So let me start again. I'm Momo ISA. You know me obviously, but what's your name? Oh, my fault. I'm LeBron James. And that's episode 1. And despite the controversial scene of this episode, I think this was probably the strongest like opening episode, one of all time, just in terms of like hooking in the audience. And you know what people say all the time, bad publicity, also good publicity. And I feel like that applied for this show. And outside of that, it was just a good episode in general. Again, it was just like a very unique new breath of fresh air to the anime industry, at least for me, because again, I really only watch a lot of mainstream stuff, and I'll have like those little one-offs here and there, but for the most part, I'm a hype beast when it comes to anime and stuff like that. So this was fun for me. And we go to the next episode, and they start off with this little dialogue scene that damn near looks like different colored manga panels on the screen, but just them like having this scene with these black bars, and then like him being in the left panel, her popping in the right one, and then them just using the black space as like an artistic, I don't even know how to explain it, but just like it's so like them being in this little square, but then the scene opening up again, it was so good. And I really like how these studios are getting a lot more creative with how they approach shows. But no, so this episode consisted of us seeing like his Turbo Granny powers for the first time. And on my first watch through, I thought this was a weaker episode, but like looking back at it now, knowing what I know about the show, I just appreciate it a bit more, because it was more so of an episode just to see like them starting to develop their little relationship with each other, because we see him try to enter her front yard, but her grandma sprayed the place with Ghost Raid, and this nigga spontaneously combusts like he's in Fire Force, and we see him find out that he's dongless. And again, going back to that like developing their relationship type of thing, they start sharing like a wholesome moment. He's talking about how he doesn't have friends, and that the reason he doesn't have friends is because he kind of assumes how people are going to perceive him. And there's something with him that's relatable to me, and it's not just his newfound luscious curls, like just the way he acts. While I wasn't as vocal about things, I mean, maybe with my close group of friends, I don't know, just the way he carries himself really felt a lot more down to earth, and like resembled, I feel like, how a lot of younger guys feel at this stage in life, and just like not having that confidence, but like actually being like really cool people. It was just very nice to see, until he decided to sell. You know, the reason you don't have friends is because instead of embracing them, you just shove them away. So don't act like in school I'm just gonna ignore you. We could talk just like we are right now. We could talk about the occult. We could talk about all of that stuff just like normal. All right? Hey, say something. I know I'm a poet. I bring people to tears, but like you could, come on, you got it. Your breath stank and you ugly. Huh? What the fuck did you say to me, boy? Or should I say girl, since you ain't got shit to show down there? I said your breath stank, so why the fuck you getting closer to my face? You stinky ass gal them. Don't think just cause your hair's curly now you could start speaking in an accent. What the hell is wrong with you? But no, after that we see their world getting all distorted, and a sumo wrestler spirit ends up infiltrating and trying to take him down. The main point of this episode though was him unveiling his powers for the first time, seeing his form of Turbo Granny, I guess you could call it. And I'm not gonna lie, for new gen characters, he may have one of the coldest designs for his powers. And now granted, the gray is really making the red pop out, but I mean his form stands out in general, and just the whole red eye, it's just like such a sharp ass form, but also it changing his demeanor as well. That's just like a extra little touch on it that I really like. But we see him just start blitzing him, but he only has a limit of 3 burst on his old turbo mode, so he has to get out of his form before he's completely taken over. And then I will say another thing that I really like, and it was shown early, is that Momo is not one of your normal like female leads, you know, because I feel like a lot of the time in the anime industry, at least in the past, it's like whenever there was a female character, she was always kind of overshadowed by her male counterpart in whichever show it was. Sakura, for example, it's like obviously she's gonna be overshadowed by Naruto and Sasuke. It's like, at least for the shows that I was watching, seeing a girl here kind of take the lead and be the facilitator of this fight, because they're not getting out of the situation without her. And she was like pulling some big brain maneuvers too, like with her getting outside of the gate, being able to put back on the ghost repellent shit again. And I don't know, she's just a very strong female lead, and I like that. But no, so after that we see the probably the most important anime episode of the, not even of the year, probably of the last 5 to 10 years. And I don't think I need to elaborate or go into detail on my stance on cougars, because people in my hometown, they know me as the cougar connoisseur. And I mean, it doesn't get better than this, because we see Momo's granny pulling up in an egregious fit. It doesn't even matter though, because this shit in my book, if she's wearing it, bring this shit to the Met Gala. This is beautiful. She pulls up in her Batman cape, baseball bat on the right side, Marlboro Light 100 in the mouth, and then her little button-up cardigan, and starts working Turbo Granny. Now granted, she has home court advantage, it doesn't matter. And she's just slugging the fuck out of Turbo Granny. And after that, we see Momo wake up, obviously concerned about her friend, running down the staircase, and we see this overhead shot to Queen Cougar. And then we get this front shot of all this geometry going on here. There's a lot going on, especially this mountainous thing in the back end right here. But all I'm saying is, if I was in Momo's position on that staircase, I would have jumped on that railing just like Jeff Hardy, fingers in the air, screaming top of my lungs. They would have been screaming, "Jules, don't do it." I'd have been swanton bombing off of the railing. I'm not joking. If that was the first thing I saw coming down those stairs. And they were more so regrouping this episode, doing a little training arc for Okarum, learn how to control her psychic powers. And they had a little chase sequence involved in there. And let's just say Granny Psycho's things were swaying back and forth with like the enemy team's Venom and Spider-Man attacking my team in Marvel Rival. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And they pulled back up to the tunnel. And this scene looks like when everyone was stuck in that room. I think it was season 2 of Attack on Titan, when those Titans were looking through the fucking window, foaming out the mouth. There are just so many different scenes, and it's like every fucking shot is unique. Like, I really don't even know how to speak about this show. Like, this is such an outlier type of show. And they start getting ready to box her, and they almost get sandwiched in. But then Momo remembered what Queen Cougar was telling her, that she had to talk shit to Turbo Granny. I see what's going on here. Grandma, you're washed. I guess we're in the next generation of athletes, because back in your day, they used to know you as Turbo Granny. But I'm assuming now we just gotta take off the turbo, right? Because there ain't nothing fast about those legs. You're like Doc the Hudson Hornet, and me and Okudun here, we're like Lightning McQueen and Jackson Storm. And it's okay. It's okay to hang it up. You don't have to hold on to the past. Because, I mean, I see what you're doing, using this brute force, trying to play unfairly, because you know you can't keep up with us. But I mean, if you think you still got it, and you still think you have that turbo attached to your name, then show us how fast you can run then. Play tag with us. Old ass bitch. Young bull, who the fuck do you think you're mounted off to? Do you know how lethal I was at the peak of my career? They didn't call me just Turbo Granny on the field. They called me Turbo in every avenue of life. When I was fucking niggas, back in the day, I'd make those niggas finish within 10 seconds. Give them turbo top. What the fuck do you think this is, youngin'? I'd never lose to the likes of you. I'll accept your challenge. Where's the finish line at? No finish line. We're playing tag, lady. If you catch us, then you win. But I know that's not happening. So we'll get going. You count for 10 minutes. We'll make a run for it. And the only rule you have to follow is that you don't break mine. And if you cheat in any way, then we'll know that you've been a fraud. And that Turbo Granny name means nothing. You probably came up with that yourself or something. Very well, very well. I hate people who break the rules anyway. So they start running, and then Turbo Granny starts her counting off, right? And I don't know if it's the dementia, or I don't know if she thinks she's in a different time zone or another planet, but she goes from 4 seconds to 8 minutes. In the span of about 3 seconds. So you could tell back in school she was a delinquent and skipped out on any class that involved numbers. And in about 10 seconds, she catches Momo, and Oakland's tweaking out, yelling at her, saying that she cheated, but then she pulls a scammer's ultimate ability and said she didn't specify how to count. So in retaliation, Okudun has to counter ult and starts gnawing on her things that are probably carrying spoiled milk dating back to the Neolithic era. But I'm just glad he didn't get a drop of whatever is in there on his tongue, because if he did, that shit would have probably sent him to hell or something. But she tries to possess him, and then they start fighting back, and then Momo has a hold on her spirit and is able to contain her. But then Mr. Krabs hears about this and busts the tunnel wall. And this whole chase sequence with the red ambiance and them just running through the street and then getting launched into the air, like, I'm telling you, this is the most beautiful anime I think I've ever seen. I'm not joking. But they end up falling in hot water and boiling Mr. Krabs up, and it's just one thing after another, because after him, then it looks like round 50 on town just started, and there's hundreds of zombies spritzing at him full speed. And another thing I don't think I mentioned, other than the opening, the OST in this fucking show for a lot of the chase sequences are just like, or high suspense moments, it's like some of them are very goofy, but in a positive way, and some are just good in general. But that is also another aspect of the show that's like, I feel like kind of overlooked, just because all the other qualities of the show are so good. And then like the chase sequence here where Okudun blasts off away from the zombies and then Momo launches them into the sky. It's like the normal chase music from like old TV shows and movies. Like, I've definitely heard this before in something. And we see her fuse with the crab, and she's running after them on the train, and we eventually see Momo load them up and win that battle. And another slightly overlooked part of this show, especially for me, like going back at it now, like I am seeing how much I appreciated these scenes, but like after like every episode or two, when they just go regroup at the house and they're eating fucking whatever they're eating and just chatting their shit. And it's just like a chaotic but like fun household. I just really enjoyed those moments. But at the end of the episode, it's like their first time splitting apart before like school in the morning. And it's like, I completely understand his standpoint right now because so much has happened, but he's still not the most confident in himself as an individual, and he's never even made friends like that. In his position, I wouldn't know how to fucking act either. After everything that just happened, us saying goodbye, I wouldn't even know if me and her are speaking again. I don't know. I just wouldn't have taken the signs that like we were even cordial after everything that just happened. So I understand where he's coming from, and seeing her waiting for him at the gate to school and him overthinking like, would she actually be waiting for me? And his ass ignoring her too. And as somewhat of an introvert myself, statistically, this is probably the best way to go about it in his shoes, because with ignoring her, there's really no room for embarrassment. And best case scenario is that she comes and talks to you first. I feel like the majority of dudes at some point in their life approach this situation with a female this way. And maybe I'm alone on this, I don't know. In terms of mentally like calculating the statistical probabilities of certain situations going on how you approach a woman and what the outcome would be. Like, I'll be cycling through these situations like Doctor Strange was doing when he was looking through the millions of different realities where they defeat Thanos, and just seeing them go throughout the day in school like thinking about one another and just wanted to talk about like the opposite thing that they were initially interested in with them. It was like, honestly, it was a cute little thing, genuinely, because again, it just seems like there's something about the way they interact that seems very non-over exaggerated, even though it is a over-exaggerated wacky show. Like, there's just something very organic and down to earth about how they like perceive each other. It's just a very wholesome thing, and I really do like that about the show. It's just like a romance show on crack almost. And you see them looking for each other all day, and then they accidentally bump into each other and kind of kiss. Miss Ayase, I was searching for you the whole time, and I thought you were just avoiding me. Were you looking for me? Yes, I was. And now break's almost over. I thought you were just avoiding me all day, Miss Ayase. I'm gonna be honest. Wow, I was thinking the same thing. Kissing. Just now I saw it. Hold on, Momo. You should have totally told us sooner. You niggas were just smooching and damn near gooching. Since when you had a thing for little nerds, girl? I'd never kiss some numbskull like him. Are you kidding me? Yeah, no, damn right. I'd never kiss with this bitch. Yeah, this bitch. I said it. Bitch? Who the fuck? Do you know how derogatory that is? Baldy? I'm not bald. Can you see properly? I think I need to give you my glasses. I got some magnificent shit going on right now on my scalp. You're so, damn four-eyed freak. Oh, like I haven't heard that one before. Why do you have Irish Spring soap as your fucking earrings? Oh, fuck you. And after they cooled down a little bit throughout the day, he goes back to apologize, and she kind of tells him off a little bit. And we see him get like very down about it, talk about, damn, it's that embarrassing to be friendly with me. And I'm telling you, man, like the way they presented, like I was damn near about to cry. I was like, this shit is, I could really feel that. Later on, we meet this lunatic, flirting with him just to boost her own self-esteem. And after she flirts with him a little bit, she starts talking about how chopped he is, and how it's fun making other dudes fall for her when she knows that they'll never get a chance with her. And it's like, the crazy thing is, this is like a real thing. Like, I've heard girls say in real time that they will talk to dudes just for the entertainment of it, just so they can feel like wanted and validated, and then they'll just cut them off. And I'm not saying men don't do similar shit, but I'm just saying this tactic, like, this is some goblin activity. But of course, Mama overhears this, and she had to intervene and give this girl CTE and almost catch a murder charge. Okaru, let's go home together. And you're looking sharp today as usual with those glasses. God damn, boy. There's some girls in this world who will never understand and appreciate the qualities of a sexy husband material type of guy. They probably have colored hair and aren't rocking some natural colors like if I'd have to assume maybe a purple, probably pink though. And for those women, they're probably more fit to have wash tubs falling on their head than guys falling for her anyway. If those types of girls are falling anywhere, maybe it should be off a cliff. Wouldn't you agree, Okaru? And they make up, and we later on find out that his quote-unquote shaft is back. His actual attachments are not. And Queen Cougar starts talking shit about how there's no way it's more than a pencil. That is why I told you to show me. Why didn't you notice? Those are your balls, kid. Miss Ayase, you're laughing way too hard right now. But I mean, my big girthy log was back, but so I felt reassured, and I didn't even notice that everything else was gone since there's so much wit there, you know? So I mean, that's just what happened, OG. Gert, man, shut the fuck up. Stop making it sound like it's the eighth wonder of the fucking world. Cause I've seen some shit in my day, and I'm sure your shit is no bigger than an iPod. Shuffle. What? You've never even seen it. All right, no choice. Gotta take a peek. Wait, what? You're gonna take a look? I ain't looking at your gumdrop, bruh. I'm looking into your soul. And QC starts smacking Okudun with that one weapon from Super Smash, and eventually Turbo Granny's aura gets smacked out of him into the cat, and she starts chasing the cat, and we see that QC is still as agile as ever, but I'm not gonna get too deep into that. And she starts talking about how she dropped his balls somewhere. and that they got to go find him. And I could tell that Turbo Granny's just going to turn into one of those characters that is a fan favorite, especially in this like little cat form. I'm assuming throughout the duration of the story, there's probably going to be something where I feel like she's going to have to like sacrifice herself, and it's going to be like she doesn't want to, but she's developed a relationship with Okarun and Momo, as well as the grandma, to where like something sad is going to happen involving her character. I just feel like that's going to happen. Or maybe she'll just turn heel again and eventually betray them. I feel like it would go one of two ways, but the way that they interact, and especially how she kind of like gives them little hints of advice here and there and helps them, I feel like that'll just end up being the case. But we get back to school, we see Turbo Granny pull up with Okarun in his backpack, and that this pink-haired deviant saw Momo with her little psychic hand because she has one of the golden balls. So now she thinks she's chosen from God, which, I mean, if that ball just fell into someone's lap and they started seeing hallucinations, I don't blame her completely for thinking that way. But she wants to lure Momo in and exercise her damn near. And we see this pink-haired girl start seeing this lady out in the soccer field flashing closer and closer to the school, which then led to probably the episode of the year. It was just a great episode all around, because she eventually leads Momo out to this abandoned warehouse, hops on her back, tries exercising her with the sacred ball, she called it. And as Okarun's pulling up, we get this nasty transition into this spirit grabbing up Ira, and everything just turning pink. And this yokai is like convinced that this is her daughter, and this pink-haired girl starts tweaking out on her, saying that she's perfect and that this is all Momo's fault, blah blah blah. And then she sprawls her hair everywhere, starts eating everyone, and then Turbo Granny starts talking her shit because she has to let this very unnecessarily thick yokai to let her know who the fuck runs shit around here. Hey, you little nobody, I'll forgive you if you return the brats that you swallowed.
Who the hell are you? Can you not speak to me right now?
No, how about you stop speaking, you little punk? I'm your elder by many years.
Sounds like you've got a death wish, small fry.
You know what they say, a beckoning cat supposedly has the ability to beckon over some good fortune. And by the looks of it, your stupid ass started eating your own hair when you just ate your little 3-course meal. If you feel like getting engulfed in flames, say what?
Huh? What?
And we see Momo light her hair on fire from the inside. And I don't know if with Turbo Granny being in his body, like if she's actually going to bring good fortune, or if that was just like a little coincidental thing. But if they do like go about it in that way to where she brings good fortune because she is in the beckoning cat, that would be a cool little plot point, I think. But yeah, no, so this next episode had a completely different atmosphere compared to probably every other episode in the season. And it was a lot deeper than I thought this show would be able to get. And episode 7 started with almost like a real life POV. It had a very ominous feel to it. And they coordinate an attack, they tie her all up, and Okarun charges at her like he's got a Super Bowl to win and takes her the fuck out. And they eventually beat her, but the pink-haired girl's heart isn't beating, and they're thinking that she was about to die. And using the last of her willpower, the yokai kind of walks up saying that she's willing to give her aura for Ira in order for her to live, because she's still on the fact that this is like her daughter. And when she says that is when we get to the flashback, where if you saw it, you know how it transpired. We saw this single mom with her daughter just living life, and we're seeing some hints at like why her demon is the way it is, like the ballerina dress, and both of them are just living life, having a good time. And the OST that they're playing throughout this scene really just enhanced that feeling, because it was a gruesome scene altogether, because the girl and the mom are just chilling in the house, some dudes break in, kidnap the daughter. And it's just like the little details that they were adding in, like when she fell on the door and you could see like the glass stuck into like some parts of her skin. Like it wasn't a scene that felt good to watch, but just seeing the care put into it was something that I feel like you had to appreciate. So then we see them steal her daughter, and that's when she wakes up and she's running outside. And we get that POV shot again of her in the rain with the OST building up, and then this moonshot of her doing like a ballerina routine. And I could understand why people would say this is their favorite anime episode of the year, because it's just like the amount of emotion that they were able to convey from having no attachment to the characters at all. They really put together a really beautiful scene, because when she does that little ballerina jump, you could hear the splat, which I'm assuming was to be interpreted like she jumped off the top of, and then that was it. And the reason why she's so fixated on Ira is because I'm guessing this scene here, when she was a kid, maybe she saw the woman's spirit, unless she survived that fall, which I'm assuming is not the case. Maybe she saw the woman's spirit as a kid, since no one else was seeing that there was a woman all bloodied up in the middle of the road. And then I guess she was lurking ever since. But that wasn't even the part of the episode that really got me. Like, that was a great backstory, and it was a sad one too. It was when the mom was leaving the world with regrets, and then Turbo Granny was like, she probably lived a worthless life anyway, which is kind of crazy to say. But it was when Ira, when she went up to her and she hugged her and she gave her that closure. So just seeing that, and then the music like dying out, and then them just going back and forth from like present day to her and her daughter just stargazing and stuff, and everyone's crying. I'm damn near crying. Dare I say this is what movies is made of. I mean, it just doesn't get better than this. Her turning to dust and her saying that she'll never, it was just, oh, that was a fucking beautiful scene, man. That was nice. That was good. Because I don't know, like, backstories for me are good, but like when like characters get like a closure type of thing, that's what the shit is like tough for me. And I'm like, damn, I'm about to like start balling my ass out. That was good. Now we see them do their little daily regroup at the house, eating grandma's cooking. I'm sure that food is scrumptious. She can make me fucking porridge, and I'm sure if it's coming from her hands, it'll be the best meal I've ever eaten. But let me get off that topic. Pink-haired girl is still delusional, talking about how Momo is a demon, and we see that she's starting to take a liking to Okudun because she was asking why he would save her given the circumstances, because she's convinced the nigga's a demon. And we can see that she starts to kind of crush on him because she's having this monologue, running away, doing that like forbidden love type of thing. Like, I'm a human, he's a demon. It's so wrong to love each other. And they go back to school the next day, and Okudun decided to take his lunch break to go grind and start working out because he felt like he wasn't capable enough to protect everyone, at least to the extent that he wanted to. And this girl came to the back to flirt with him. Takakura-kun. Fine shit, do you need something? I'm kind of in the middle of getting ready to save the world. You're a demon, and I'm a human. And I know that it will never be, but girl, I'm not a demon. If you're referring to like me on the stick, like on Call of Duty or something, I guess, but I'm not. What are you saying? Listen, I can't hold back how I feel. So listen, you just stay still and close your eyes. Wait! Hey! Why are you dodging me? You're so weird, Takakura. Girl, you're the weird one. This is assault. Who said I added you to my roster? What makes you think you could do some shit like that out the blue? I mean, when you confess your love, you have to kiss that person, right? I mean, I thought that's what was going on here. What? It said so in a novel. It said that confessing equals a kiss, and that it's the responsibility of the guy to accept that confession. If I'm accepting your confession, you better accept my rejection, girl. Don't make me drop a diss track now. But no, seriously? Miss Shiratori, you're popular with all the other boys. You don't want a nigga like me. Look at me, I got Skechers on. Why are you acting like you're an amateur in relationships? What are you talking about? So you like mature lips? Yeah, I love a good cougar, but I didn't say that though. Stop this shit right now. What are you doing? You're better than this. You're the most popular girl in school. You should be doing some shit like this. Don't equate popularity to romance. What type of time period are you living in? You said you like mature lips though. I could be mature for you. I'm just not well versed in relationships. Don't mock me about it though. I could be as mature as you need me to be. Man, I just cannot do this right now. My roster is full and has a max capacity of 1. That's all I can handle. Okay, so make a substitution. I've never felt this way before, so let me confess. And pucker up. Are you fucking out of your mind? And then lo and behold, they fall on top of each other, and it's the worst possible situation because Momo turns that corner. And it looks like they were getting some 50 Shades of Freak going on behind the lunch building. So she's tweaking out, and he's working out damn near every muscle throughout the day. He's got the grip going on, bicep work on one side. With the way he's doing shit, if he's not counting his reps and equaling everything out, he's going to come out looking like SpongeBob when he had those big-ass red arms on him. And he's all unproportional. But it seems like the Loch Ness Monster infiltrated, and the hallway started to flood. And Shiratori and Okudun run into Jake Paul's next opponent, which was some boxing alien crab thing, and you could tell by this form that this nigga is lethal. I don't care what fucking form I have if I'm Okudun. If I look down the hallway and I see this crab talking to himself swaying side to side and his form is this tight, I'm getting out of there quick as hell. Just look at this side to side movement. If he didn't react, that uppercut would have sent someone into orbit. Man, what a bother. Seems like it's impossible for me to protect the fine shit. Alright, Sean. You're in the way, so get lost, shawty. I'll text you later, alright? Tight shit. Alright, Chan. We haven't even kissed yet. Don't call me that. Now you're just sending me mixed signals. Damn, I'm tweaking out. What the fuck? And we see him get smacked to the ground and the dong deviants are back on him again. And I was assuming due to the events of the last 2 episodes that this girl would have the powers of the hair lady, especially due to the predicament that they're in. And he starts getting violated after they take her out. But then we see her do some twister ability shit. And I'm not gonna lie, her form might be harder than it is. Because the fact that she has like the retractable mask thing going on, that shit was tough. And her and alien Mike Tyson start boxing. And she hits a mean maneuver on him, starts running down the hallway. Like every fight has a distinguishable color to it. Like there's the pink and then the red. And then this one has like this yellow atmosphere. It's just like, I love how they keep changing that shit. And Ira and Alien Mike were dancing with each other. And if he was going up against anyone else, they would have been taken out by that second punch. He was out for blood. And the choreography was damn near on JJK level. And she was exposing the fuck out of Mike, making him look like he should never box again until Deviant number 2 decided to interfere and pin her against the wall. And they removed their Halloween costumes talking about how they're gonna take her banana organ too, and then Alien Mike comes with a meat left hook to her gut, and he's been waiting all night to get one of those off, because we're like in round 7 right now and he hasn't hit one punch. So I'm sure he's excited as hell that he got his signature move off. That's right, you've been chosen.
Chosen for our evolution.
And now we will begin the harvest. Y'all hold the fuck up. Y'all wanted my meat, right? I'll take y'all on right now. Takakura, your clothes. There's some things that are more important than clothes, sweetie. And that's called getting money type shit. Shawty, stand back. I hate the fact that I'm butt-ass naked right now. At least they'll be able to see my ass while I'm beating theirs. Type shit. You're absolutely right, Earthling. We do want that meat. And we want it bad. But what you don't understand is that we could just do both of y'all simultaneously. And they were vitalating Okarun so bad they had this nigga ass up again and put Iron Mike in there to give him back of the headshots, which is an illegal move, by the way. So he doesn't even deserve to wear those gloves. But he's pounding into his occipital and he already can't see as it is. So after this, once Okarun goes to his next eye appointment, he's going to be prescribed the thickest glasses lenses that you could get with the type of damage his shit's taking right now. But he breaks out. Impossible! He broke through the awesome zone? He did not. Our psychokinesis is being repelled by someone. That motherfucking bitch over there. Mama, sweetie, I really missed you, hot stuff. Okarun, you fucking moron. This is what happens when you make out with a hoe like that. As to y'all, I'd never forget your ugly ass faces. But one of the aliens pulls out his shit, which is damn near anaconda length, and then probes the Mike Tyson alien and turns him into some praying mantis shit. And the way he started moving was like if the alien's willy juice was the Venom symbiote or something, with the way he started working him. But eventually the place floods again. Shiratori's drowning, and they end up propelling themselves through the water, and this alien fused with everyone and became Kyogre. And eventually Momo ends up saving the day again with using some shit with the mantis's punching power and makes the water implode on him or something like that. And they make a path for Okarun to hit his signature spear through the creature, and that was that. And I've seen this panel before I ever even watched the show, and this was just a funny scene, honestly. We're back? We defeated them? Damn, the ground is hard. This is the hallway, thank God. And I'm on top of 5 shit. This couldn't get better. Yo, what are they doing? Hey, y'all, get your phones out. This is going straight to World Star. And then they just run away, and that was the episode. In the next episode, they're in the nurse's office, and if I attended this school, I would have a boo-boo every day. And if I wasn't a student, then I would be this old guy who opened the door without knocking, which she told him to do before. I'd break that door policy every single day. They'd be paying me to go get disciplined by this woman. And if they decide to fire me, me and her could come here after hours, and she could be my night nurse. Only you alone can quench this thirst. That's what I'll be singing to every night. That's night nurse. But Momo and Okarun eventually settle their beef and come to an understanding about what happened. And Ira was getting bombarded with people looking out for her, making sure she was okay. And then the situation kind of spirals out of control and they start saying that it was Momo's fault. And I forgot earlier on in the show, she like spread a rumor about Momo, which she was coming clean about now. And she was saying that for everyone to stop speaking badly about her, which was nice character development for her. We see Momo and Ira make up as well. But then after that, we see the Tyson alien come back, looking like he just came back from you-know-whose residence. And they get ready to square up, but then he falls on his face and gets taken back to the house. And I thought when he got taken back to the house, he was going to be a part of the crew. But it turns out he just needed a cow for his hometown because milk in the real world is like blood to them. What can I do to help you, OG? If you have my weenie, would that save your son and wife? Huh? What the hell are you talking about? We just got that thing back. It'll be fine if he could just get paid and then we could just go back and reclaim my Goliath afterwards. Reclaim? Goliath? What? From where? If the treatment calls for new blood every single day, wouldn't one payment be worthless? I get that it's tough for him, but he has to work a 9 to 5 to keep paying for it. I'm sorry. I know you want to be your own boss, buddy, but like sometimes that shit just doesn't work out. Doesn't mean you still can't chase your dreams, but you gotta do what you gotta do for now. Momo, why do you sound like my mother right now? Get off the man's dolly. Damn. He wants to work, but he can't find a job. You heard what he said. He's defective. Like to us, he could box, but I guess to his people, he's like the Jake Paul of boxing over there. So how is he supposed to make a living? He's in trouble, so I can't just pretend I didn't hear it. I want to help him. Okarun, calm down. I understand how you feel, but we have to think this through. I mean, worst case scenario, I'll go get it back for you. That is, your thing. You know what I'm talking about? Your little, or should I say your big old... You horny ass hoe, shut the fuck up. Damn. If Takakura's trying to go help someone else out and you can't support him, I don't think you could call yourself your partner. I would never do that to him. Don't pretend like y'all are a thing. What Miss Momo said is correct. The only way for me to fix this situation is to find a proper job. So Mr. Ken Takakura, I appreciate your consideration. I really do appreciate that. Y'all have been far too kind to me already.
And I already made myself a promise not to hurt you.
But I mean, I just want to keep it straight up and real. Like, this shit hurt my feelings. Like, Momo, you're fake as fuck for not helping me out with the situation. You know? Like, that's fake as shit. It's no big deal, though. I'll just go back to my family and watch my whole family die. You know, since y'all didn't want to help a nigga out. And of course, QC comes in with her wisdom again and her life experience, noticing that the milk was their blood and that they could just donate him a cow and he could start a monopoly. And we see this sick-ass UFO scene of him stealing this cow.
I appreciate y'all boys. Thank you so very much. I will never forget this generosity. If something ever happened, you just give me a call and I'll make sure to be your ally. And I put that on my mama. I'll be back.
And this episode ended with the worst possible situation for Okudun, because they're finishing up in the dining room and Momo's childhood friend comes to the front door, and I don't know why QC has this shit poking out like this. And this is not one of those advanced, multi-layered new school burgers. This is like a classic 1987 McDonald's cheeseburger, and it doesn't get better than that. And this shit has me feeling like the charismatic Enigma again. And I'll jump off that top rope. I guess it's her own household, so I'm intruded, but that's my fault. But if I was Okudun, I would just turn my attention to Shira if I saw this nigga coming through the door. I'm gonna be honest, because he's actually the guy that they tell you not to worry about, and then you end up worrying about him. And I've had my run-in with this type of fella. Let's just say with one of my first girlfriends, shout out to her, no bad blood, but there was indeed a guy that I was told not to worry about. And then ironically enough, lo and behold, the next thing I'm worrying about is if I'm gonna sock this nigga with my left or right fist. We're taking a quote unquote break. Also, if your girlfriend ever says, let's take a break, just leave her. Don't even entertain it. Breaks don't exist. That's just my opinion though. Everyone can live their life how they want to live their life. Having space within a relationship, sure, but if you're taking a break to where you are not considered dating, just break up at that point. We were on one of those breaks, and I remember I was told that they were just friends hanging out. I get a call when we're unbreaked. Game of Thrones finale on a Sunday. You could look it up right now. It was the Sunday in May. Don't remember the date exactly. Don't get mad, but me and Redacted slept together. You know what I said to that? I said, you know what? I'm not even mad. I'm just disappointed. And I just left it at that. I just left it at that, because you can't do anything about that. I would have been anticipating the same sort of situation off the bat, knowing what I know, having Queen Cougar in my ear telling me that this was her first love. All of those factors come into play. I would have thought it was grits. But it also does depend on the other party too, being Momo. And Momo seems like a very respectable young woman. But apparently Gigi is going to be living with them for the time being because something was going on at his house. And of course, as he should be, Okudun was a bit distraught, so he was heading home. He didn't even know whether or not to say bye to the woman, because this shit was damn near cheating in his eyes. I'd have thought the same thing. And basically these last two episodes were just Gigi transferring to the school and us kind of learning about his past and why he's even in town in the first place. Name's Jin and Joji. Please call me Gigi though. And I think all the ladies in this classroom deserve 5 big booms. Boom, 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 boom. So class, and Joji's parents, they teach, put a sock in it. There are more important matters at hand because there is a QT in front of me. All right. I mean, they're both in the hospital, but you do what you gotta do, Gigi. I'll let you spit game. Girl, if I don't get your contact info, I'm gonna bash my skull into this desk about 3 or 4 times, so you better put this shit in. And since we're on the topic of parents, I'm trying to become parents with you, girl. I'm trying to start a family. You could tell that this whole situation has clearly got him damn near psychotic, so just be easy on him, all right? He'll be sitting next to ISA because I'm pretty sure they're relatives, ain't that right? We ain't just relatives, we family. Those are synonyms, Mr. and Joji. Momo, this guy escaped the mental facility. What's going on? Ouch! Thank you for the tasty roast from a tasty vanilla bean woman. Oh my goodness. Vanilla bean? Momo, this guy's damn good. He's delicious. Oh my gosh. Speaking of delicious, I want some chocolate. Wait a second. Oh my gosh. Girl, after me and you are done, they're gonna be calling me up to make a sequel to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and my sweet tooth is tingling. Momo, what's with this freak? He's hilarious. He's like a childhood friend type from grade school. That's it. Class, just want to let y'all know, me and Momo are living together. Literally. You idiots, what are you talking about? Stop. Yeah, so he starts going berserk in the classroom as Okudun is all in his head, which I mean, I understand completely. So what does he have to do? Go grind more. And he goes right to the back during lunch and starts hitting those Goggins workouts again. But then Momo pulls up and they start hanging out. He's getting a little bit more comfortable again. But then, of course, Gigi comes in, ruining the moment, bringing what? Her favorite snack ever, yogurt flavored Pompey. If I'm Okudun, I'm crashing here. I got what, like 2 sprints max? I'm turning into my turbo form and spearing the fuck out of this nigga like I'm the rated R superstar. But the rest of this episode involved this mannequin sprinting, trying to find his other mannequin love. which I think was supposed to symbolize and teach Okarun as well as Momo a lesson about like relationships and loving someone and stuff, because we see him sprint through them, jump over with the potential golden ball. They start chasing him and they have a little chase sequence. Finally finds his girl up in the trash. So I mean, this was symbolic on many levels, and to me this was symbolizing you may have a toxic relationship and your girlfriend treats you like trash, but as long as you love her, that's okay. And it's okay to be in toxic trash relationships. Jokes aside though, I think this was showing that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Don't come here, please go back, Tato, and I'm never giving up on you, girl. At the crack of dawn I'ma sing this song. Oh baby girl, I ain't seen you for so long. I miss when I used to kiss your face, because you got some lips that I can't replace. Everything changed when I met you. We may be on this trash hill, but look at this view. And my world used to be great thanks to you, but it became so colorful, check these hues. Tato, we live in different worlds, I can't. Well, if we live in different worlds, girl, then welcome to the Tato world. Nice to have you. Our manufacturer's dates may be too far apart. Girl, I love you so much, I wish to sniff your farts. They call me a legend, Tato. After him and her share this Shakespearean poetic ass moment, I was watching this like genuinely again, like they really know how to convey scenes where I'm like sitting here kind of perceiving it from Okarun's shoes. Scene with the OST, like it was really hitting me deep a little bit, and I was getting hyped up for Okarun, seeing his current predicament that he's in with Gigi and Momo. And it was just like a nice little side story altogether, because like they could have went straight to the Gigi shit and not included this at all, but like this little mannequin love story that they got going on is like helping the subplot of the Okarun and Momo relationship. And this last episode kind of caught me off guard just because of the direction it seemed like it was going. I thought they were gonna have like an episode 13 type of thing, because where we were at the show at this moment in time, I just like didn't expect the season to end. But we see that this mannequin is working his 9 to 5 in the school, and they're keeping his lover in the house. And again, this is what I like them just like taking people into grandma's headquarters. Just these random ass characters like cycling through, like with the Kappa and Gigi. The last part of the episode, they're heading to Gigi's hometown to exorcise his demon that he's been seeing in his dreams. And Okarun and Gigi actually start bonding on the train a little bit, talking about aliens and shit. Yeah, no, that's what I was telling her. I was telling her that's why like we don't really shower like that, because when the aliens smell that shit, then that's why they are more inclined to come down to earth and probe niggas. Sarah, are you dead ass? Seriously? Damn, I'd love to see one. I've never been able to talk about stuff like this. This is fun. Oh shit. Okay, then we just kind of shared a moment. You're like, should we kiss? I don't know. Like, you're amazing, man. I totally respect you as one of my friends. Friend? Damn, we ain't friends, ain't I? knew it. Fuck. That's on me, brother. I just figured since you're one of Momo's friends, that by proxy, me and you would be friends as well. Sorry, I'm the king of awkward fellows. That's on me. Oh! I told your bitch ass not to say that, Oki. Wait, when'd you start calling him Oki? Gigi, shut the fuck up. Now my girl's leaving me out the loop. That's crazy. It's a cruel world we live in, man. And they pull up to his city, which is like one of these like on the side of a mountain, like very vertical Japanese village type of things. And like I've always wanted to go to just a place like that has this type of like atmosphere and ambiance, and I will in due time. But like this whole area just looks cool as hell. It's a very cool setting. And they head to his house, which looks a little too clean. It looks like it's some Airbnb that they're just renting out. And Okarun's spider sense is tingling as they're going in. And we see this group of people lurking in the woods, looking like that one villain group from Codename Kid Next Door, the delightful children from down the lane. This is looking like their aunts, uncles, and grandparents. And obviously they don't see anything off the bat. Momo decides she's gonna head to the hot spring. And this is where tensions start to rise, and I knew Gigi was a fake ass nigga. He starts trying to flex his physical prowess with Okarun, asking him if he wants to play soccer and trying to play innocent, trying to teach him. And look at Okarun hitting this shit right now. He has potential to be like Bachita level, but we're not focused on that right now. Hey yo brother, you in love with Momo? I mean, I respect her because I respect women. She's a dear companion. Nice pass, I see someone dear to you, someone you respect. That's very noble, brother. I love that shit. For me though, I mean, I really love Momo's face, personality, the way she walks. I love that part. And who's to say that I don't as well? Like what? You just said respect though. Yeah, but my shit's like a layered burrito. It's respect on top of all of that. There are different layers to my respect. Let me add in that I love her brown hazelnut eyes. There, I win. What the fuck? Okay, well then I'll say that, and I love her mouth, brother. There, I win. No, man, you see that doesn't count because I start off saying I like her face, so you can't say you like her mouth because that's a quality of her face. Okay, well then I'll say I like the way that she cuddles with me every night. How about that? Man, that's just capping. You know it is. The only person Momo's ever cuddled with is me. I'm her childhood friend, and I was cuddled up with her like this. Fuck! Wait, no, I think I would. Fuck you talking about? You can't just say you went out of nowhere. Did you not just see the pose I hit? I hit that shit with her when we were cuddling. This is totally embarrassing. My fault. We kissed. You know what? Let's let bygones be bygones. Let's shake hands as friends. You got it, brother. And we see Gigi put him in a rear naked choke, and I knew he was an op. He was the ghost we were looking for this whole time. This evil spirit. But no, he's talking about how he wants Okunu to admit defeat. But I don't know, he may just be like a pest for comedic value, but I'm keeping my eyes peeled for him. But we see Momo getting ran up on again. And then as that's happening with her, we see that Gigi's house has DLC on it that he'd even know about. And then he bashes open his wall, and we see some like cursed room. I don't know what this is. I don't know if it's a room filled with curses. I really don't know what it is, but it's just a room filled with papers that I'm sure are affiliated with the people who ate the smile fruits walking around the city and the ghost that he's been seeing, unless those are just two different entities working at the same time. But no, so that's how the season ended, and it was very abrupt, I'm not gonna lie, but I guess it wasn't as bad of an ending as I initially thought watching it, because it is a cliffhanger, and I think the second half of the season, or just season 2 in general, is coming out midsummer or something like that, so it's not even that far away. But overall, this was a really good season, and this show really surprised me. I'm not surprised at how good the content was, but I'm just surprised at how consistent they kept the animation and how beautiful it was the whole entire time. I was seeing just scenes and shots and different like cinematic directions that they were taking, things that I have never seen before in anime. They had a lot of fun with it, you could tell, and they were really getting creative with the different shots and just everything that they were doing. I don't think there was one bad episode of this, and I don't even remember if I mentioned, but I watched this season in dub. I'd started the first 2 episodes in sub, but I decided to watch it in dub because I heard it was good, and I think this is like the best, if not like top 2 anime dubs I've ever watched. Like, it was just really good, and all the voices match the characters, and I just love this show. Genuinely, I think it's my favorite anime I've watched for 2024, no doubt. Good front to back, and I just really like that it is something different that I have never seen before, and this was just a really different take, and this felt like some shit you'd see on like Cartoon Network back when Cartoon Network was as big as it used to be. You know, this was a really, really good show. I gotta say 10 out of 10 for season 1. I really don't have any complaints. Obviously, the opening was the biggest opening of the year. Ending song was great too. For what the show is trying to do, it does it well, and that's really all I gotta say. So whenever season 2 comes out, I'll drop another video just like this one, and if you stay to the end, I really appreciate it. And this was a fun one to make for sure, and I really enjoyed talking about the show, and I can't wait to see the next parts of it. So without further ado, sub to this channel and the second channel. Appreciate y'all for watching, and on to the next one. And yeah, that's it.